want to see that.
ESPN Radio nights and weekends only on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM.
Sports Day is brought to you by Barton Community College. Explore your future and get started now. Visit gobarton.com.
Okay, Sports Day in 3, 2, 1.
Barton Community College made the trip out Wednesday night to Western Kansas to take on the Colby Trojans. Both teams coming away winners. All Lady Cougars in the women's game as they won 89-47. And the Barton men, they blew out Colby in the second half, winning 81-61.
Yeah, it was a total team win. I mean, at times, you know, when we had our subs in, they looked better than our starters. So.
That's how you have to play. These, you know, JUCO kids come in a lot of times and they think they got to go score the ball to get recruited, and it's not necessarily the case. You need to win, and so you know, sharing that basketball is huge. And
you know, we've got to be ready to go. It's a road game. It's a tough environment. Their crowd's always into it. You know, we're excited about the quick turnaround because it sucks losing.
The past few games we've kind of struggled, but I think like going into Hutch, we know they're good, but we know that we're good too, and we know that we're capable of doing good things.
They've always had this really good senior group, and we've had a really good senior group. So we've had good games over the years, and it's been a lot of fun competing with them over the years.
Oftentimes, you develop a huge relationship with coaches because you confide in them and they confide in you, and it's a journey. And when you work with coaches for years and years and you build up a relationship and you feel for them and you feel for their kids and you feel for their teams.
We know it's going to be a dogfight. It's going to be 60 minutes. You know, we got to do our job. We got to execute. We got to trust each other, take care of the football, and just try to score points.
And good afternoon. Welcome to Sports Day on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM, the talk of the town. Welcome in. It is the Thursday show. What a fun week we've had. Great guests in. We're going to continue that today. Steve Webster, Mike Horson, and Mike Hesher with you. Busy show today. We'll start with our regular visit, talking Great Bend Panther basketball. Head coach Kyle Cree will be in studio and bringing along with him, hopefully when they come in the door here in just a little bit, will be senior Braylon Council, also junior Maddox Spray. We'll talk about the win over Hayes on Tuesday and preview the game against Hutchinson tomorrow on the road. And also Maxville Mustang basketball talk for you today. Jeff Kuckelman will be in studio along with his 3 senior captains on the program today. So looking forward to that. And also we'll talk with the head coach of the 8th ranked team in the country, the Dodge City Conquistadors. You say that Conks or Conquistadors? You can put it down Conks, but it's C-O-N-C-K or C-O-N-Q-S. So, yeah, Conks.
I always put the U behind the Q just out of habit. So it's like Conques.
The Conques? Okay. Anyway, Brad Witherspoon's going to be in on the show today. Yeah, that reminds me, I was listening to Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins. I was running those things back yesterday, and who is the guy that called it a quagmire?
It's obviously it's Quagmire.
Yeah, he said there's a quagmire down there.
It was a female, wasn't it? It was Sheila Jackson.
Yes, it was.
It was Sheila Jackson who said it.
Did you hear that yesterday?
Yes, I heard it. Yes, going home.
I busted out loud laughing. We've got a quagmire down there that we need to take care of.
Still not as bad as the guy who wanted to tip Quam over. Sorry, we're getting political on this one. My bad.
There's so people, Quam's going to tip on his side. Oh, yeah, that's Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins, 2 to 4 each day here on KVGB. Let's get to our sounds the past 24 hours or so. Cole Reif with the call last night on B104.3. The point is game wrap. The Barton men taking care of business, 81-61. Lady Cougars, they just start to fulfill their ranking. They go out and just pound people. 18th ranked Lady Cougars beating Colby last night by the score of 89-47. And so they took care of business. That sets up a cool weekend. Head coach Alan Clark talking about the game. Everybody got into the action. In fact, the players off the bench probably played better than the starters did last night, and the starters played really, really well. They'll take on Dodge City on Saturday afternoon. 2 o'clock for the start of that game. Dodge City winning last night 89-74, and they are ranked 13th in the country. They're on top of the standings in the Jayhawk West. They're a 10-1, 15-2. Lady Cougars 9-2 in conference, 15-2. Big girl matchup coming up Saturday at the Kirkman Center. Looking forward to that. Jeremy Combs, head coach of the Barton men, says team played really unselfishly last night. You don't got to get scored to get looked at by college recruiters, man. And they shared the ball last night and got off to a fast start. Colby kind of closed a little bit, but the Cougars go on to win it by 20. Good to see the Barton offense return last night as well. And they have the 8th-ranked Conks in town.
So Dodge City's ranked 13th on the women's side and 8th on the men's side?
Yeah, how about that?
That's impressive.
Yeah, they are. And right now, Dodge City's running away with this conference. They're 10-1, 14-3 overall. Coffeyville got beat last night at Seward. So they're in second place tied with Butler right now at 7-4. Then it's a quagmire after that. It's a quagmire after that because the Barton men now are back tied for 4th. And you want to finish 4th or higher, you get that first round bye. But they're now tied with Cloud County, Garden City, and Hutchinson for that 4th spot right now at 6-5. Then you have Butler just one game ahead of them at 7-4, tied with Coffeyville. But right now, Dodge City running away with the Jayhawk regular season championship. I wish it would mean more. I mean, you go through all those conference games and you win the regular season championship, and then you could get bounced in your first game in the postseason. I guess kind of like the NCAA tournament. But
so when Coffeyville goes to Seward, where's the layover?
I think they stop in Ashland and stop at the Sitka Social Club down there and eat chicken fries like the old oil field workers used to.
Go see the West Santee museum at the
I don't even know. Is that one of the, I mean, I think that route is like the bike across Kansas southern route. Right? I mean, you go down there, you're on Highway 160, and then it goes here, and then you go up, and then you go over, and then you go down, and there's not an interstate.
Say, at least Barton's right in the middle, but man, to go side to side like that.
Through, yes. And it's not a straight road, but yeah, that's a long road trip. Surely they'd stay the night before, wouldn't they? All right, boys, I know you've been on this bus for 5 hours or 6. I slept an hour of it.
Well, they probably would watch Remember the Titans, and it's just time flies by, and they're getting all pumped up.
Remember the Titans. High school basketball. Hesh is working double duty tonight. Tune in for Trading Post tomorrow morning.
And see how tired he is.
9 o'clock. And listen to the fired up Mike Hesher go at it on Trading Post. You're at Halstead tonight. Kyle Haxton, yeah, they need to get a win tonight, 2-6, and taking on an improved Halstead team who's really been down the last couple of seasons, but they're getting going a little bit here. What's their record, 5-4?
Yes, because both places I checked had 5-4, and you had 5-5.
I'm going to go 5-4, Hesh.
It's
Don't bring
5-4.
up that I had 5-5. Okay, it does not matter.
I got it. Okay, sorry. They had them playing Remington twice, like back-to-back nights. I was like looking at one site and was like, wait a minute, that's not right. So,
well, maybe Kinnaman wanted to play a doubleheader that night.
It could be 5-4.
So what do you think tonight?
Hoisington boys need a win bad. There's no surprise they've lost 4 straight. And they got the tournament coming up, which they're the 6th seed in the Winter Jam. And right after that, they got Heston. So, that'll be tough. They need a win.
Okay. Hesh will have the call for you tonight, 5:45 on 100.7 Eagle Country. So when you're up tonight at your broadcast location?
Yes.
Okay, and you're sitting there, and there's going to be a table up there, and it'll be kind of on a deck thing.
Okay.
So you're going to be up there. And I want you to just think and go back. Let's see, 89. Gosh, has it been that long? 99, 09. And go back 40 years.
Okay.
And imagine yourself in that same location. You would have seen me as a student teacher in PE at Halstead, and I would have been up there surveying my field hockey team that was up there. So
had you improved your looks since the senior picture you sent us?
You wouldn't have the mop on his head. You wouldn't have recognized him.
Oh, can we zoom in and get a shot of the? Okay, well, I won't do that though.
Why? I'd much rather like that picture than the one I see now every morning I get.
That's what I talk about. We're going to zoom in on your back, the back of your head there. I have that capability.
Listen to him. Sounds like a little general over here. Don't treat me. Okay, so that's tonight. Paige Sexton, she was in on the show yesterday on the Prowl with Mike Corson along with Cindy Beck. They get Hutchinson tomorrow. That's going to be a tough one. Lady Panthers have lost 3 straight, taking on a Hutch team that's 7-0 and ranked 5th in the state. And the Panther boys will be playing. We'll talk about that with Kyle Cree and the fellas coming up in just a moment. So Hesh's game, you will not be alone tonight. Hillsboro plays at southeast of Saline, in case you were wondering.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay, the rest of the high school schedule is going to be Friday in this area. Great Bend at Hutch, Liberal at Dodge City, and the WAC Garden City is at Hayes. Central Kansas League, Larned on the road. They'll try to make it 3 straight as they play in Lindsborg against the Vikings of Smoky Valley. Central Prairie League, the big one tomorrow night is Ellenwood at Maxville. We're talking with the folks from Maxville coming up here shortly. Central Plains at Victoria tomorrow night. Otis Bison at La Crosse. Cimarron at St. John. Kiowa County plays at Kinsley. And let's see, Central Christian's going to be at Stafford tonight. You can check the rest of the schedule at greatbendpost.com. All right, the Maxville guys are in here. We'll have to go to Aaron Clark. We've got somebody that's actually taller than Kuckelman that works here in this building, so that's going to be good. Okay, Patrick Burnett is really cool on Tuesday night as he was honored by the Booster Club and fans in attendance at the Hayes game. Got a nice standing ovation. 14 years as the voice of the Great Bend Panthers. He got a lot of cool stuff. Got a softball, got a football.
All you all are getting stuff. No, so if you go to Great Bend Post, there's a story on there. There's some comments that we ran one comment, but all of his comments were good. Really good comment about the relationship you build with coaches and players as a media guy and how maybe I can't play the game, but I can be part of the game by sharing what you're doing.
And plus, I mean, you kind of go through the highs and lows with the coaches, too. That's why it's so hard if you're a play-by-play guy to host any kind of sports talk. You come in there and say, well, yeah, I was talking to the coach last night, and he said that Johnson stinks, and he's not going to play him anymore. He shoots the ball too much. No, you can't. You really can't do that. It's kind of like you got to separate the two for sure.
And then the other thing, like, especially at state tournaments, you're not supposed to wear any team. You're supposed to be very neutral. But when you're coming from a small town, no, that's the team that's you're getting paid to cover. I've never seen I don't care if the local guy's a homer.
Yeah, but that's true. But the biggest compliment you can get if you're a play-by-play guy is if, okay, you're doing the game for your team and someone else has to listen to you because they can't listen to their guy, and they can at least, they know who you're rooting for, but they can still listen to you because you're being fair both ways. That's not always the way it happens, but...
Mitch Holtis comes to mind? Okay, sorry.
I don't ever think I heard Mitch say it was a big win for KU.
Well, this is true.
Okay. And finally, Josh Allen addressing the media ahead of their wild card game against the Miami Dolphins. Allen saying they know it's going to be a dogfight when they take on the Miami Dolphins. So the NFL playoffs are coming up this weekend.
What's the weather on that since Miami's coming to town?
Oh, I'm sure all the snow's melted, right? At least it's only head high right now. I'm sure it'll be cold. It's Buffalo.
So it is an interesting matchup with the quarterbacks, but to me it's way more interesting because Miami's coming from Miami.
Well, yeah.
It wouldn't be interesting if it was Indian.
46 degrees. And I had to get this in because, Mike and Emily Ryan. She almost had a triple-double last night. 14 points, 11 rebounds, 8 assists. Led 4 players with 14 points. 15th-ranked Cyclones beating Kansas State last night 67-56 in Ames. Big 12 basketball. Oh, do you want to expound on that?
They're coming to Manhattan February 1st, Wednesday.
You going to be there?
Mike will be off that day.
There's a request in to get me down there.
See?
But I haven't heard back.
You're just chasing on
Yeah,
that.
it's Big 12 basketball. I got to cover him as a freshman when there was no crowd there.
Well, you have her cell phone number. Just call her. You don't need to go through sports information.
No, I'm covering the game as an objective journalist.
Okay, very good. Okay, Big 12 last night, Baylor beat West Virginia 83-78. Texas over TCU 79-75, and it will be TCU. K-State goes on the road. They get another roadie on Saturday down in Fort Worth. They're going to be in really good shape. Of course, KU and K-State next Tuesday in Manhattan. So there you go. Sounds the past 24 hours and our Thursday sports headlines. All right, we're going to talk Maxville Mustang basketball when we come back. Also, Great Bend Panther basketball. Boys are going to be in studio here on the show today. Stick with us. Sports Day here on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM.
If you need physical therapy, consider Advanced Therapy in Great Bend and Progressive Therapy in Larned and Hayes.
Hello, this is Austin Alford. I'd like to introduce to you today one of the most popular pieces of equipment we have to train core strength, shoulder stability, core stability, and even to improve balance. Come check out the core sticks for yourself at Progressive Physical Therapy Center in Hayes.
You don't need to hurt. Physical therapy can help. Call Advanced or Progressive Therapy and Sports Medicine to explore your treatment options and get your life back.
The need for nurses is constant. Barton Community College offers practical and registered nursing programs. The affordable and challenging coursework is taught by experienced instructors who care about you and have a passion for teaching in the field of nursing. Get hands-on training in the classroom, state-of-the-art simulation labs, and at clinical sites for this high-demand field. The priority application deadline is January 31st. Apply online at nursing.bartonccc.edu.
Robert Rugen here with a special thank you to all of you from Farmers Bank and Trust. Together, we make our hometown a better place to live with all the community projects we undertake throughout the year. A sincere thank you to our customers. We genuinely appreciate your business. Since 1907, our goal has been to help you succeed from personal loans to e-services. We specialize in small business, agriculture, and oil activities. From our family to yours, wishing you a happy and healthy new year. From Farmers Bank and Trust, Great Bend, Albert, Larned, Bazine, Kinsley, and La Crosse. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
If you like to work outdoors, Can Equip in Great Bend is looking for a service field tech. Experience with agriculture equipment is desired. However, they'll train the right person with the right attitude. Can Equip is your Case IH dealer, offering a good wage and great benefits, including full health, dental, 401k, and more. Apply today by calling Scott DeWerf at Can Equip in Great Bend. Can Equip is an equal opportunity employer.
Can Equip you.
Hey everyone, this is Cole Wright, voice of the Barton Cougars. Attending sporting events for Barton Community College is great, but did you know you can support the athletic teams even further by getting involved with the Cougar Booster Club? The Boosters help with fundraising for equipment and facility upgrades to give Barton athletes every opportunity to keep succeeding at the regional and national levels. Join the Cougar Booster Club as an individual or business. Call 620-792-9377. Become a booster today. Go Cougars.
It's time to talk Great Bend High School basketball with head coach Kyle Cree on Sports Day.
Sports Day here on a Thursday, and
If you're not filling with Cenex Premium Diesel, then you're not giving your fuel system the premium treatment. Cenex Roadmaster XL comes with a more complete additive package for a more complete burn, while restoring your power by up to 4.5% and your fuel economy by up to 5%. Typical number 2 diesel? I guess it covers the basics. Cenex Premium Diesel. Diesel that doesn't mess around.
Contact American Plains Co-op in Great Bend, your certified Cenex distributor today.
Okay, we're ready to go now. That's the next segment coming up here is Great Bend Panther basketball. We are going to talk Maxville Mustang basketball today at this time. And in with us, head coach of the Mustangs, Jeff Kuckelman is in, and his senior captains, Ryan Kuckelman, Alexis Barron, and Lance Lickus. Coach, thanks for making the journey up here today. We've got, rumor has it there's a interesting basketball game being played tomorrow night. And, well, we've been excited for it for a while. We were talking about it last week. You had some business to take care of Tuesday before you did that. But how do you think your team played on Tuesday, Jeff?
Well, you know, I told them afterward, it's always good to get a win. We didn't play real well, certainly, or whatever. That could have been possibly looking ahead a little bit. I don't know. But, you know, to not play real well and get a 20-point win, that's always a good thing. So we've played well enough to win. Let's put it that way.
All right, off to a 9-0 start. High expectations going into the season. Talk about your expectations for this team, and so far through 9 games, has your team kind of lived up to those expectations?
Well, it's hard to complain about 9-0, certainly.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they would agree or whatever. We're never happy with where we're at. We're always looking to get better and be better, and it's pretty hard to top. We went 23-3 last year, and virtually had almost everybody back. So obviously expectations are high, and they were high, and they continue to be high. So we're just looking to improve upon that and look to get better every game out.
Brought your seniors up here today. Tell me about their leadership and what they mean to a team that's you've got a roster that's young, a little bit older, and then your seniors.
These seniors, these guys, and these are the kind of the core guys, them and a couple other seniors that, we've been together a long time, been through a lot. I started coaching them all the way back in 3rd grade, and it helped that Ryan was part of them, obviously, with me being his dad, but I've taken them, and we played in tournaments for years, and they've grown up, and the biggest thing is they've grown up into outstanding young men, and I'm really proud of them.
Let's talk about this matchup tomorrow night, and I know it's one you got to circle because that's 2 very good basketball teams going at it. Just your initial thoughts on taking on the Ellenwood Eagles tomorrow night in Maxville.
Well, it's obviously a matchup that we knew would come around, and we knew it was probably going to be a big one. They have a lot of people back, and we've kind of been butting heads with them ever since, junior high days. And even sometimes we would even run into them in grade school tournaments. We know, Britt very well, obviously, and, then there's been some come and go for them or whatever. We've been pretty much the same group. But with him being the outstanding player that he is, and, guys blending in with them very well, they've had great seasons in junior high ball through the years, and they just translated that into high school. So we're looking forward to the matchup. Ideally we would want to come out with the win, obviously, but the biggest thing we want to do is, we enjoy the competition and see where it lies at the end.
This is a fun game because you're both undefeated. You're both ranked 3rd in the state in different classifications, and it's not a one and done game where you go home, you can play for a league title and go ahead and have a lot of fun. This is kind of a great January matchup here.
It absolutely is. It's a big league matchup. Obviously, our league is very tough night in and night out, and they've been at the top of the league for several years. So the biggest thing it's going to do is it's going to tell us a lot about where we're at, and hopefully, get us better for March, because that's what really both teams are striving for.
You had to go to Ellenwood last year, Coach, so what do you remember about that matchup? I can remember they kind of got off to a good start on you, and then you're trying to play catch-up the rest of the way.
Yeah, and that's really what it felt like. We could never, ever really, we'd play well in stretches and kind of cut into the lead some, and then, we kind of went flat again, and it was one of those that, if you're going to play against a good team like that and have a chance to stay in the game, you have to play well. I mean, we talk a lot of times about, having to play hard and play well against a good team. We for the most part, we play hard all the time. So, you have to put the play well with it against a good team.
Last year, when I was able to watch your team over in the Katy Classic, the thing that really impressed me was how well you played defense, especially on the perimeter. Has that carried over into this year?
It has, and it's maybe even taken another step. We've got some, guys that were freshmen last year that are sophomores this year that are really getting after it on defense and really guard on the perimeter. And we've been working on that. We've played some teams here that have had some good players the last few games, and we've been trying to work on taking that player away from that team, and our guys have done a good job of that.
Okay, Britt Dutton obviously scoring 27 points a game, and without revealing, if you're going to come out like with a triangle and one defense or something like that. What about the other parts of this Ellenwood team? Do you think they're better than maybe they were last year, or kind of just the same team a little bit?
Well, they're probably better. I mean, all those guys played last year, and they're all a year older. They didn't graduate. I think they had one kid that was maybe a senior that played some. So, they've got virtually everybody back too, and all those guys have gotten better and a year older and a year stronger. So, they had the biggest thing they have is other shooters that, if you help off and help on Britt too much, they got guys that can knock shots down.
Tell me about some of these younger kids. Maybe there's a step forward this year. We've got your seniors in, and we're going to talk to them here in just a moment. But some of the other key contributors, some of the youngsters on this team.
Well, I'd first like to mention that we have two other seniors that play a lot and help us a lot, Alvaro Ibarra and Rogelio Ibarra. They've both been longtime players, started on and off throughout their careers. So they are a very big part of our team, certainly, and do a lot for us. And then, kind of the two that we're mainly talking about probably are Diego Esparza and Hector Gomez, or the two sophomores. Hector started all last year. He's pretty much recovered from he broke an arm in football, the second to last game. So he has been trying to recover from that and bounce back from that. But, Diego's started all summer for us in summer ball and has been starting since the beginning of the year, and he's done a really good job for us. He's got some pretty elite quickness, and so he does a good job for us.
Okay, let's start with some of these seniors right now. Alexis Barrett, you're going to go first since you're the rookie on the program here.
That works.
Come in averaging 11 points a game, 5 rebounds per contest. How's the season gone for you? Feel like you're playing pretty well right now?
Yeah, right now especially, I feel like I've been doing my role as a teammate for my team especially. From last year, I feel like I've improved a lot. I'm trying to work with my team and pass a lot more for sure.
Yeah, and you're up there. You got, I think, over 2 assists per ball game. So when you talk about my role on this team, what do you see that as?
As my role, I feel like I'm trying to help the team be better. I'm trying to help everyone improve, especially for our younger guys, and me myself for sure.
Coach talked about he's been coaching since 3rd grade. How long have you been part in Maxville and part of this basketball program?
I've been a part of this team since that start.
Okay, you get the question right out of the gate. Lance and Ryan will have a chance to think about it now. But
yeah.
So the fun thing about being in a small town like that, you're going to the games. You're down there shooting things out. Shooting outside. And
yeah.
Okay, what was the maybe a Mustang that you wanted to emulate, or someone you remember playing for the Mustangs when you were little coming up?
As when I first started, I looked up to my older brother. He's been a role model to me ever since. His name is Hugo Flores, and ever since that, he's helped me through this, and till this day, he still helps me.
That's outstanding. Lance Lick is in here. So you were like the quarterback on defense in football season, which you've got the perfect name for that. So talk about your role on this Maxville team this season and in past years.
For this season, definitely I've been always my main goal is defense. If you get the ball back, you have an opportunity to go score. So that's what I really lock down on or focus on next play. You gotta work on your defense, and that's always been my main goal and role kind of on this team. But also on offense, moving the ball, and then whenever I get a shot, take the opportunity and knock it down.
What do you like about the makeup of this year's team?
This year's team, I've definitely from the past years, just the family and the bonding that we all have. We're all trusting with each other and know, okay, if I help over here, backside help, I know I got help on the other side from my other teammate. Just trusting and knowing where everybody's at and going to be.
As a junior Mustang growing up, who'd you like to watch play?
Definitely I liked watching my cousin Creed Parr. He was always a good one on defense, and I always kind of looked up to him to, okay, what should I do? And then I always ask him, defense is key. And I was like, all right. So I kind of shifted that way and made myself good at that and got a good role with defense early on.
Yep, Creed Parr, remember him. Ryan Kuckelman, what do you like about the makeup of this year's basketball team?
I'd say I really like our depth. I think we have more depth than we've had in a lot of past years at least, and we can put about 9 to 10 guys in, and that lets us break teams down as the game goes on.
Watching your game is very interesting because you set up around the post, obviously, but the free throw line is an area you pass the ball pretty well out of that area. So, and you've got some options when you get it. So, I mean, take me through. You flash maybe to that free throw line. You're turning around. What are you thinking at that point?
I'm usually looking for Alexis to cut or Lance to cut, because those guys are always, if I get the ball, they're always somewhere around the rim, and they're usually wide open. I can just dump it off to them.
Talk about this is your senior year, man. You're going through. You had a great year last year. As Coach said, you guys won 23 games, but you probably want to take it just maybe 24 or something like that this season. Talk about your goals as a team this year, maybe some for yourself.
I mean, I think we all know the main goal is the state championship, and that's kind of the thing that eluded us last year, and that's been our main focus point since last year, is working towards that.
Okay, since you're in the Kuckelman family, I don't know, I'll let you say who you wanted to emulate growing up, and then I'll give you option B.
Okay, well, I would, people who come to mind are back when we won state in 2011, Kyle Bunker and Derek Bevan, Lance's uncle. Those guys were both posts and strong, athletic guys.
Derek Bevan, yes. Yeah, coach of Buckland Red Aces right now. Yeah, so you're not going to mention your brother?
I guess I probably should out of courtesy.
He was supposed to be option A, but that's all right. Ryan, you got to be excited right now. I mean, you getting to come up and talk about a big-time matchup. Just what are your feelings right now here? A little bit over 24 hours before you take on Ellenwood in a big boy game down at Maxville High School.
I'm excited. It's always a good challenge to face these guys, and of course, we all know each other pretty well, so we kind of know what to expect. So yeah, just excited and looking forward to it.
What's the biggest challenge facing Ellenwood?
I'd probably say just we got to play good defense, and if we can stop Britt, we can throw them off their game, and it'll make them uncomfortable, I think.
Okay, Lance, what are you thinking right now? Getting ready to go against Ellenwood, man. It's going to be a battle, but it's going to be fun.
Yeah, definitely. Same along the lines with Ryan. Just defense is going to be key Friday night. Just making sure we can get the stops. If we can get turnovers or rebounds, allow them just one shot and out, and then hopefully take to the other end and put some points up.
Alexis, what are you thinking right now?
Like them, I feel like we got to play, each of us got to play our roles and work to our capabilities and just play our game.
Okay, I'm going to take you boys back a little bit when I was riding my bicycle around Maxville when I was like in first grade and stuff, and when there was something going on down there at Main Street, and they put ball game tonight. You think that sign's going to be there tomorrow? Man, it's a big game tomorrow night. They don't know what I'm talking about.
I haven't seen a sign like that.
It's been a while.
Yeah. Yeah, you think?
Yeah.
Guys, thanks for joining us. Coach, we'll give you one more shot here as we get ready to go. You've been doing this a long time in a small town. You can coach anywhere. But just seeing guys like this probably is the reason why you do it all the time, isn't it? I mean, man.
Well, yeah, certainly, obviously I've been with these guys a lot of years, and, it's worked out well for my kids. All of my kids really enjoyed Maxville, and they've done a great job. The older two are both in college now, and they've done an excellent job in school, and I'm really happy about the people they've become. And some people would say they didn't get the opportunities maybe they would have gotten in a bigger school or a bigger town or whatever, but they seem to be doing fine anyway. And,
yeah.
So I'm proud of them, and obviously I'm proud of Ryan and all these guys and how they've grown up, like I said, into great young men. And I talk all the time about that. The things you can get from this, is responsibility, and these guys are talking about their roles and things like that, which just makes me extremely proud of them. Not only again as their coach, but also hopefully the guys they're growing up into.
Yeah, and okay, I'll give you one shot. It's a little over 24 hours. You've been through a few of these big games before. Just your thoughts going into this game tomorrow night.
Well, it's one of those things that, we just want to play as well as we can play. Hopefully we play well enough to win. It's one of those things where, again, at the end of the night, hopefully we played as well as we could, and they played as well as they can or whatever, and it's a big game, and we both learn from it, and it benefits both teams in March when we're both trying to get to the state tournament and then win games in the state tournament.
Guys, thanks. And good luck tomorrow night. Everybody's going to be looking forward to that matchup and seeing how it comes out. And good luck the rest of the season. Where's lunch today?
I don't know. I'll let them decide.
Okay, all right. I think there's some donuts back there, too. But did you get those, Corson, or just... Okay. Guys, thanks. We're going to take a break. Yeah, Great Bend Panther basketball talk coming up next here on Sports Day.
Minor sickness or injury doesn't always happen during your doctor's regular office hours. So when you need care, the team at the University of Kansas Health System Convenient Care Walk-In Clinic is available for you. Walk in 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. No appointment needed. Let the experienced team at the Convenient Care Walk-In Clinic at St. Rose Medical Pavilion care for you. Learn more at kansashealthsystem.com/Great Bend.
Wadby's Bar and Grill in Russell invites you to come enjoy Casey Chestnut Friday night, January 20th. Casey Chestnut and his full band will play live at Wadby's from 8:30 to 11:30 p.m. Casey follows in the footsteps of his father, country music legend Mark Chestnut. Wadby's Bar and Grill in Russell inviting you to come early for dinner and stay for the show. Casey Chestnut Friday night, January 20th at Wadby's Bar and Grill in Russell.
It's Sports Day on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM. Presented by Barton Community College and the Cougar Athletic Department. It's time to talk Great Bend High School basketball with head coach Kyle Cree on Sports Day.
Sports Day here on a Thursday, and in our Thursday feature, we talk Great Bend Panther basketball. Head coach Kyle Cree joining us today. Also back in the studio, Maddox Spray and Braylon Council here on the program today. Boy, a lot of fun things to talk about, including the game Tuesday night, Coach Cree. That was fun. Someone told me, and I really didn't notice, I was just enjoying the whole thing, that it was a 27-point game and had a chance at a running clock against Hayes. What a performance. You had to be really, really happy for the kids and proud of your kids on Tuesday night.
Yeah, that's what I've been telling a lot of people. Just super proud of the guys and just sticking to the game plan and doing what we wanted to do. And it was a dominating victory, so it's always fun to beat your rival like that.
Okay, Braylon, I want to talk with you because Jack Weimer came in the game. Good basketball player. He's one of those guys that he's not that – he's going to get his shots, right? He's a good shooter, averaging 14 points a game, and he was held to 2 points. I know it was, you got some help from other guys and things like that, but when you're going up against a player like that, what's your focus defensively?
Don't let him get clean looks off, Just trying to stay in front of him, frustrate him, full court.
Could you feel that frustration maybe on the court a little bit?
Oh, yeah, you could tell he was definitely getting mad.
So that's always a good sign when he's having to try, like, fall away jumpers and things like that in the lane then.
Yeah, it feels great.
You got, and how do you go in there with that intensity and try not to foul? You got that second foul, but it was a little bit later on. But guard hard without fouling. How do you do that?
Don't use your hands as much. I'm still trying to work on that, but I reach a lot. But
okay, and then at the same time, Panthers rely on you to score some points, so you got to balance both. So how do you do that?
Well, I take pride in my defense, so the scoring will come, but I mainly try and focus on my defense and like rebounding and stuff like that.
Maddox, talk about the defensive effort. Was that focus going in to that game? Was defensively, because they've got some, I mean, they're an athletic team. They drive to the basket. Talk about the defensive, I guess, game plan going in against Hayes High on Tuesday.
We had to bring our defensive intensity up. We had to frustrate them to get open looks for us.
So they obviously rely on penetration quite a bit, but kind of talk, how do you handle help with that? Because obviously they've got some good shooters too. You don't want to give up the shooter on the outside. And tell me about how that works and how it's got better since the start of the season.
Well, some players you can't help off of, like Braylon when he was guarding Jack. You can't really help off of him. And Carter, he had really good help defense because the player he was guarding, he couldn't really shoot at all. And that just translated on the scouting report too.
You guys got off to a good start against Garden City, had a 9-point lead in the first half, and then, of course, they eventually kind of reeled it in. Did that help with your focus to try to keep the hammer down a little bit?
Yeah, it just helped us kept in it because all those runs that Garden makes, it help us focus up to get more runs for our team.
lost by 3 to a team that's undefeated now, ranked 8th in Class 6A. So, you come up short. You didn't get the win, but how did that Garden City game help your confidence in getting ready to go against Hayes High?
It really motivated us because if we can stick with the number 6 and 6A, then we can definitely stick with the Hayes team that's pretty decent this year.
Well, Hayes had a pretty good run. Did your brother say, hey, way to go,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep, Steph was waiting for us after the game, and he was, and not just Steph, some of those other guys that come to the alumni scrimmages and stuff over break. It was kind of cool to see Steph and Schramer and Sam Ryan and some of those guys waiting for us to congratulate us. And so it's kind of cool to see those guys after games.
Yeah, you'll get another shot with them, and of course I know they'll be looking forward to it. That's down the road just a little bit, but so right at the end of the first half, first, Braylon, what were your thoughts when you saw Ian Premer heading toward the basket at the end of the first half?
I knew he was going to go for a dunk. I thought he was going to lose it, though, there.
How would you rate the dunk? 1 to 10.
1 to 10. I would give it a 7, just because of how high he got.
A 7, okay. Maddox, what do you think?
Probably about a 5. I think he can get 2 hands on that thing.
Okay, I'll agree because we got to leave some room, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably give him a 5 too. I mean, he's a fundamentals guy, so he's not going to do anything flashy. But I mean, if he goes, I don't know, between his legs or behind his back, maybe a 360, and then we'll give him a little more credit.
Unless he hits a back iron and then he goes down, it's disqualification though.
Yeah, but I mean, I think at that point we had a decent lead, so if he misses it or bangs it off the back of the rim, we're probably not as frustrated. I think from my standpoint, I was just trying to calm him down because I didn't want everybody just losing their mind and maybe losing their focus and losing too much energy on one play.
How much of a boost did that give you guys going in the locker room, Maddox, at halftime to end it like that? And a first half you dominated, but heck, they hit a 3 there. They're, right back within 10 points. What kind of boost did that give you?
It gave us a lot because heading into half up was 15. Gave us a lot of confidence going in and winning the second half.
Yeah, that was Braylon. How big a boost did it give you guys in the team?
Oh, yeah, I felt great. Like, going to the locker room, we had so much energy. Just trying to calm down so we don't waste it, but yeah, finished great.
Used so much energy in that first half, Kyle, and you always worry about that second half. You come out of the locker room and let them back in the game. I think they got the first 2 points of the second half, but how satisfying was that to see your team go out and close one out like that?
Yeah, I mean, it was awesome, and I think at halftime we just went in there, and I knew they were going to come out and press us. But when we got ball handlers like these guys and everybody else on the team, we just wanted to be prepared, so we kind of drew up all of our press break plays and kind of talked about maybe some different presses that they might run on us, and the guys were locked in. They were ready to go. But we also wanted to play like we were the team that was down. You've probably seen it more times than I have where teams are up big and they kind of start coasting, and then they end up losing the game. A game I think about is maybe OU versus KU the other night. So we didn't want to let them back in the game, and we didn't want to let off the gas by any means.
In a way, it kind of helped you a little bit because you were able to get easy looks on that press, and you got some easy baskets, and that's a time maybe where you back off a little bit. Well, should we go score? No, you guys were aggressive, and that's when you really blew them out.
Yeah, and when I think of one play, I think we ran, kind of our twin set where there's two guards and a couple guys at half court, and Braylon got the ball kind of in between top of the key and half court, and he kind of gave them a little move and broke their guy down. We go down and get a layup, and I think maybe Sharman finished it, and that's kind of, I was like, we're going to be all right. I obviously didn't say that to anybody else, but like in my head, I'm kind of thinking like, we're going to be fine. We're going to beat this press, and we're going to win this baby.
Yeah, speaking of Sharman, we'll just call it an 8-0 Sharman because that's what he went on in that third quarter, 8 points. And, that last dagger rainbow that about took the net off, that kind of took the heart out of the other team a little bit.
Yeah, and those shots didn't even graze the rim. So and Sharman's a confident guy, and we're all confident in what he can do. So it's kind of a luxury to have Caden as our 6th or 7th guy. Definitely a guy that comes off the bench. So if we got guys like Jake and Caden coming off the bench, the sky's the limit.
Another guy who's on the bench had his letter jacket on, just chomping at the bit. What's the latest on Matthew Mater, and maybe what's his status for here as we head into the end of January?
Yeah, Matthew's been working hard, PT, trying to get back in it, and his big thing right now is kind of pressing off his left foot and some of those lateral movements, so he's got to pass some of those tests. I think the other day, maybe he said he was at 70% last week, and it seemed like, within the past couple of days, he feels like he's about 80%. So, all that is kind of between him and his doctors and stuff like that, but we're hoping to get Matthew back, sooner than later.
Okay, so the celebration's over with. I know it was for you probably when you went out there to practice Wednesday, you reminded the guys that, okay, we've got work to do. Hutchinson coming up tomorrow night, the 7-0 Salt Hawks, ranked 3rd in the state in Class 5A. You've been saying it. I mean, they're a good team.
Yeah, they're a good team and a lot of respect for what they do. But on the ride over here, kind of talked about how they're not untouchable. There are some things that maybe they don't. There's some weaknesses that they do have, but there's not many. They've got really good guards. They full court press, and they kind of run a run and jump full court press, and it kind of confuses some people. But watching the Mays game, I think there's definitely some things that we can do as long as the guys listen. We have a good game plan. We got a good shot.
What do you mean by run and jump, and how do you prepare your team for some of those double teams that come out of at places where maybe you don't expect them?
So, I mean, if they've got a guy guarding the inbounder, he's going to follow whoever the ball handler is and kind of trap him when he has his back turned. Or if, two guards are kind of level or at the same level as far as bringing the ball down the court, as soon as that guard turns his back, the guy on the backside is going to try to run and jump. So we just got to make sure that we're flashing to the ball and realize that if my guy's not guarding me, I'm probably open. So flash to the middle, be strong, and in our press break, if we have numbers, we got to attack. So, yep.
How, as a coach, that's got to probably. How does that make you feel when you get a team that gets confident against the press when they see it? It's not, oh no, it's the press. It's a chance for some easy baskets.
And that's kind of where I'm at. As the head coach, I got confidence in these guys. So if they want to press us, I don't know that I've had as much confidence in any team as I do in having Carter, Maddox, Ian, Braylon, guys like that, Sharman, that can beat the press.
Okay, Maddox, as you're thinking about this game tomorrow night, during practice, things like that, when you think about Hutch, what are you thinking about? I mean, this game tomorrow night, some things that, for you, that you want to make sure that you do well in the game tomorrow.
Probably just keeping our composure and staying calm, and then just if we break the press, then I think we'll be all right.
Defensively, looking at this Salt Hawk team, what are you focused in on?
Just bringing the intensity, not using your hands as much, just use your body and keep in front of them.
Okay, Braylon, you ready to go? Your thoughts going into this game, some things you're thinking about.
Just got to take care of the ball. We'll be all right.
Okay.
Play with composure and we'll be fine.
Can't wait to see it. Coach, day before, here we go. I'll ask you tomorrow night, too. It's like that feelings right now.
I'm excited. I think this is a chance for us to kind of prove to everybody what we're made of and how much progress we've made and maybe kind of get that nasty taste out of our mouth that we had when we left Junction City. So it's a similar type team, and we're definitely excited, and we get Braylon to play him this year. So Braylon didn't get to play last year against Hutch, so we definitely got that in our back pocket, and hopefully they don't realize that he didn't play last year.
They got a pretty good point guard. You looking forward to the challenge, Braylon?
Oh, yeah.
Can't wait. Guys, thanks for coming in today. Good luck tomorrow. We'll see you down at Salt Hawkville tomorrow.
All right. Thank you very much.
Okay, Kyle Creve, Maddox Spray, and Braylon Council here with us on Sports Day. Going to talk a little Maxville Mustang basketball coming up as they've made the journey north. They're going to be in studio right after this. It's Sports Day on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM.
From the Mayo Money Management Studios, 1590 KVGB, Great Bend, and 95.5 FM K238CK, Hoisington.
When you need to get rid of the pain, you want the best. You need to see Dr. Dan Quillen at Catalyst Therapy and Sports Rehab. Dr. Dan is Barton County's only board-certified clinical specialist in orthopedic physical therapy. No matter your age, when it hurts, he will help. And after a year in business, Dr. Luke Criley has joined the practice. He is a physical therapist that also offers dry needling. Excellence-driven, unrivaled results. Catalyst Therapy and Sports Rehab. Inside the Fieldhouse, 2817 9th Street, Great Bend.
The need for nurses is constant. Barton Community College offers practical and registered nursing programs. The affordable and challenging coursework is taught by experienced instructors who care about you and have a passion for teaching in the field of nursing. Get hands-on training in the classroom, state-of-the-art simulation labs, and at clinical sites for this high-demand field. The priority application deadline is January 31st. Apply online at nursing.bartonccc.edu.
Venture Corporation is a homegrown company with almost 50 years of experience in asphalt, paving, and construction. They have quite a few jobs scheduled for the new year, and they need equipment operators, mechanics, and CDL drivers. Venture offers many benefits, including 401k and Blue Cross Blue Shield health insurance. Call Leslie for all the details. Work for a family-owned and family-oriented company that is here today and will be here in the future. Venture Corporation, South Highway 281, Great Bend, is an equal opportunity employer.
Now, in its second decade, it's Sports Day on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM. Presented by Barton Community College and the Cougar Athletic Department.
I've got to remember it's not Friday. And, you know, Fletch was eating or something, and we're talking Barton basketball with Brad Witherspoon, but that's not the case. It's a Thursday, and we're talking a little bit about Dodge City. They're in town on Saturday night to take on the Barton Cougars, and Brad Witherspoon is with us right now. How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing good. How are you?
It's great. I kind of told you before we went on the air, I'm glad that you took care of business last night because, well, you might have decided, well, I don't know if I want to talk today, but you got to win against Pratt, man. Your season's going well on top of the conference right now and have a little cushion right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Our guys have done a pretty good job early in the year here to give themselves a little cushion, and obviously last night's game was a tough one. Pratt's a good team, and they fought hard till the end, so I'm like you said, I'm happy we got the dub.
How weird is it going to be back to be at the Kirkman on Saturday?
It's going to be weird, you know. Being on the other sideline and, you know, even being on the show right now, I think the last time I was on here was when Fletch would call me because he couldn't get out of bed. He would make me go on the show. So,
But, you know, you come back here and, you know, you're kind of a legend because, you know, I want your autograph just because, you know, you lived in John O'Connor's house, you know?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, absolutely.
The legend of broadcasting here. So,
yeah.
Tell us, kind of catch us up on your journey after you left Barton and, man, jumped right into it. And right now you have your team ranked 8th in the country. So it's been kind of a whirlwind for you, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. You know, after Barton, you know, I went down to Tonka, Oklahoma, and took over that program when Donnie Jackson left and went to Cali. So, you know, we had a good year down there, too. Won the conference and sent a couple of guys high major, D1, and then this job came open, and Jake Ripple, the athletic director here, called me and asked if I'd be interested, and here I am. So, yeah, we're having a good year, and just hope we can keep it going.
Well, you went down to Tonkawa, did a great job there in one season. How do you build a program in 1 year?
You know, it's JUCO, man. It's you can do it pretty quick. If you flip over rocks and look around, you can flip JUCO programs pretty quick, you know, especially with the turnover every year and the portal and all that stuff. So it's not exactly ideal to have to do that every single year, but you can do it if you can put your mind to it.
Okay, what prepared you for this? I mean, just jumping right in and having the success you have had after 2 years as a head coach, what kind of has prepared you for that?
You know, I think it's a lot of things. I've been an assistant coach for a long time, and just all those years, all the programs I was with, working for really good coaches, obviously, and then coming to Barton, you know, which I love Barton. I love the community. I still have a lot of good friends there that work at Barton and live in town. So, and then working with Fletch, who gave me a lot of freedom to do a lot of stuff while I was there. So, a lot of credit to him for letting me do that, and then being in the league, obviously knowing what it takes to compete in this league, which is probably one of the toughest in the nation. And so, on top of having good players, you know, you can talk about all that stuff you want, but at the end of the day, you got to have good players.
Dodge City has, yeah, I mean, they've got a good basketball tradition. Now, you know, you got to go back a little bit to find it, but Ben, you jumped right in there. And how's the community? Are they getting excited behind this team that's in first place right now?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it helps having the year they had last year, having a really good team with Jake Williams, and I think they finished 5th in the country or something like that. So there was already a little buzz before I got here, and then a little skepticism whether or not I was going to keep it going or not from the old coffee drinkers here in town. But I think they're coming around, and yeah, we get good crowds every night, and there's a lot of support. So it's exciting.
Okay, some good things happened to you last night in the conference. It's been a weird league, and you look in there, and Barton's 6-5. They're tied for 4th right now, but a little bit of cushion right now between you and second place. But you're way out ahead right now.
Yeah, it's so hard. Like, I don't know. I tell coaches all the time, we're a couple possessions away from being right there with everybody else. So, even the Hutch game came down to the last play. So, it just didn't go our way that game. But, yeah, it's a tough league. And as you can see, it's kind of a log jam after us. And, having a lead going in the second time around is tough because you're the hunted every night. So, I try and preach that to our team all the time.
Got 4 guys averaging in double figures, or 5 guys averaging in 4, I guess. Nope, you do have 5. Tell me about Jason Edwards. He's averaging 22 a game.
Yeah, he's a good player. He's a flash in the pan. When he gets going, he can get going. And a lot of coaches asked me if I thought he was going to be as good, and I didn't. So he's been a really big surprise for us. Can shoot it, can drive it really fast. He's a great kid, 4.0 student, all that stuff. So he's having a great year for us.
And that says something about your team, 5 guys in double figures.
Yeah, we try and share it. We really do. And we got individual guys that can make plays for themselves, but we really try and preach sharing the ball and moving the ball and playing as a team. So I think, as you can see, with the scoring balance, it's been pretty balanced.
What do you like about this team that you're bringing to Great Bend on Saturday?
We're tested, man. We've had 3 or 4 overtime games, had some stuff not go our way. Obviously, we played Indian Hills twice, lost both of those that were really close, and we're tested. We're battle tested, and we're tough. We got good guard play, and just I think we have the team to come in and win. But it's a tough road game, and anytime you go on the road in this league, anything can happen. If you don't show up or you don't hit shots and things don't go your way, you can easily get beat too.
You driving the bus down tomorrow since you know your way around town and stuff?
I am not driving the bus. No, I'm not doing that. But yeah, I'm not doing that.
Well, congratulations on your season so far. And I talked to a lot of people yesterday that knew you were coming on the show, said make sure to say hi. So hi from a lot of folks. And see you out on the hill on Saturday. Coach, thanks for the time you're spending with us today.
Yep, I appreciate it. Really looking forward to coming back.
Okay, there he is, Brad Witherspoon, the head coach of the Dodge City Conquistadors, with us here on Sports Day. We're back to wrap up the show coming up right after this. Thanks a bunch, Coach.
Let technology bring you closer this holiday season to loved ones near and far. With unlimited data as low as $25 a month, you can get the phone you want with the features you need from the best people. Next Tech Wireless, keeping Kansans connected.
Sports Day is presented by Barton Community College and the Cougar Athletic Department. Sports Day on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM.
Dang, Hesh, we're going to have to make this an hour-and-a-half show. I remember when we got it down as 35, and I kept telling Cole Rush, I said, man, we got to. We're going to go to an hour, but,
I want to know about this 1-3, what did you call it, the 1-3 zone defense? I was like, what the heck was that?
Oh, it's a Mike Marzoff defense.
Oh, okay. Is that what it is?
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, they go say triangle and 2, but a 3
Boxing, yeah, okay. That was like... Okay.
No, but see, you've got to be an innovative coach sometimes. So
I understand that, and you're right there. You're right there.
I mean, Marzoff, man. I mean, he'll go out. He'll put 3 players on their best player, and guard the other 4 with 2.
Okay.
And you don't think it works? Let me tell you.
Anything Marzoff does works, right? Left you speechless. All right.
Well, man, what a great day today. And talked Panther basketball, talked the Maxville Mustangs, talked to the Ellenwood Eagles yesterday. Got to talk with Brad Witherspoon here on the program, coming back to Great Bend. And, man, we got big basketball coming up. Well, you got Great Bend and Hutch tomorrow night. Let's see, you're in action tonight. And then we've got Barton and Dodge City. Dodge City ranked 8th on the guys, 13th on the women. It's a 2 o'clock start. Get out there and root the Cougars on. Bring that iPhone or your phone or your radio along. You can hear Cole on B1043 The Point. Back tomorrow, and Connor Nickel will be on, our KVGB High School Basketball Insider here on Sports Day.
This is Agriculture Today, and